Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Deborah.
We're with No Locks.
And Our Second Life. And if we're not listening to The Riveted with Chris and Gina on Thursday, we're probably somewhere without Starlink. And quite frankly, that's totally unacceptable.
Listener, this is the beginning of our 99th episode.
It is. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so Gina, you know what I was thinking about because of that?
I do not.
That song about the beer on the wall. You know, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall.
But what does that have to do with
98 bottles of beer on
Chris,
the wall.
stop. What does that have to do with our episodes? We're going up in episodes, not going down.
Oh, but you like when I go down.
Oh my gosh. That's not this podcast, baby. That's the Riveted After Dark podcast.
Oh, yeah, I should save it for that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, by the way, listener, the Riveted After Dark is now live exclusively on Patreon. Check it out.
But right now, it's time for
The Riveted
with Chris and Gina.
Colorado is cool, Gina.
Well, it's warm too, though.
No, I don't mean temperature. I just mean cool. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
It is cool.
The
It's a
mountains are
place.
great.
Yes.
You know, the towns we've been in so far have been awesome.
But we're on the western side of Colorado, and I think I like the western side better because of, well, I haven't been on the eastern side with our Airstream, but
Yeah.
I like the mountain air here.
Yeah. And so, listener, we got a new truck right before the end of the year, and it gave us the confidence to come into Colorado, but we were not able to get to the state soon enough to attend the Colorado Airstream Club maintenance rally this spring.
We missed it.
But irony, just pure irony, here we are in Ridgeway, Colorado, and we meet the guy just by chance that helped put that rally on.
I know. What are the odds of
And
that?
so here we are in the same town, two different RV parks, but we're camping in the same general area. And awesome.
We
It's
run
cool.
into each other and like, we got to sit down and have a podcast.
Yeah. So we are excited. I mean, and they're here in the podcast
Yes.
studio with us. Beautiful setting. I mean, the mountains are surrounding us. A little bit of rain last night, 75 degrees right now. It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
So-
you're going to introduce them?
Yeah.
Oh, now?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
We have with us today, listener, Jim and Jeanie Doering from Colorado. Welcome to the Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so
Yeah,
glad y'all are here.
I think I feel privileged to be here.
Oh.
Yes. Well,
Glad we ran into you. This is great.
this is
Yeah.
great. And are you comfortable, happy in the recording studio? Everything good?
It
Yes.
is. It's
Okay.
delightful.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You
Well,
can't fall asleep there now.
No.
No.
I'll be honest with you. You're our first in-person guest in the recording studio so far in 2026.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Really?
I think so.
Well, then I really feel
Wow.
privileged.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So it's it was super cool to just meet you by happen chance here in town. But I'm glad we're able to connect. And you know, we wanted to come to that maintenance rally, but we just couldn't get out west that soon. And but
Well, you need to go ahead and tell the truth on that, Chris.
well,
I mean, you
I
need to just cut right.
Gina, I was
to it.
trying to dodge that.
No.
I was concerned. Okay, so let's just get to the point right now.
Okay.
All right. And we've got a consummate expert,
Yes.
that lives in Colorado.
Correct.
So I had a little bit of anxiety about coming to Colorado in the late spring because of weather patterns and hailstorms. And I was just worried about that. But I mean, you guys had like this awesome rally, a whole bunch of Airstreams gathered together in one spot. You didn't have any hail, right?
No, we
no.
didn't.
We had rain
Had some rain?
Had some
right,
rain, but
and light little hail, but it wasn't enough to do anything.
Yeah. And is that a thing? I mean, just help me get.
Chris thinks it's a thing for Colorado, so that's why he doesn't
Yeah.
come to Colorado. Well, that and because we didn't have a truck to pull the mountains.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Oh, we're in
Yeah.
an Airstream. We can't
Yeah.
go to Colorado."
I don't have anything to worry about, do it, Jim?
it can be a thing. Yeah. In fact, our first trailer was our first Airstream was a 27-foot Flying Cloud front bedroom, and we bought it on a hail sale
Oh.
from the local Airstream dealer. And Yeah, it was pretty badly damaged, but
Did you name it?
Yes, we named it Silvery Moon because of all the cratering.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, so this is not helping, Jim. This is not helping.
But I did have 3 panels replaced, and it was looking pretty good. And then just to finish that story, we had it finished up in Idaho because we were living in Idaho at the time. And although we bought the trailer in Colorado, but I came back. Jeannie was already down here visiting grandkids, and I parked up in Loveland. The park, the name of the park will go unknown. But I got a call in the afternoon, and I was down visiting the grandkids, and they said that, well, we had a dead limb fall 40 feet, and it laid itself across the top of your trailer.
Oh.
So I went back, and sure enough, there was some damage. It had destroyed one of our air conditioning cowlings, and it had also taken out our little disc antenna and done some other damage. But there was one big dent in the top among all of the other big dents. But this one, because it had been caused by a sharp, spiky, dead part of that limb, I took it down to the Airstream dealer and had them inspect the top. It did not pierce it, so I'm thinking, well, you can't see it. Left, went around the corner, and where the Airstream dealer is, there's a light rail. And I got halfway across that, and all of a sudden the bells and whistles started going. And I'm thinking, oh, man, it's a blind corner. I did not know where the train was. So I started backing up, and I'm looking over my shoulder, and I'm thinking, well, I know the gate's going to come down. Maybe I can get it backed up far enough so that the gate falls between the car and the trailer. Yeah. And I didn't care about the propane tank cover. I missed it by 6 inches. On one of the brand new panels, it made kind of a crooked groove.
Oh, no.
dent.
Oh, no.
I thought you were going to say you just were like, I'm going to pull it on the tracks and let the train get it.
Well, now that I know, I was told later that you've got, when the whistles start going, you've got about 30 seconds. I could have kept right on going across.
Wow.
But I didn't know that. So,
Man.
But,
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the hard
That
part.
poor Airstream went through it, didn't it?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
only had it for another 6 months.
We
and then-
called it the bad luck Airstream.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a big, Gina and I, neither one are big fans of camping under big ominous trees anyway. So, I mean, that's always a fear too. But, well, I mean, so far our almost 3 weeks here in Colorado has been glorious. We've not, no concern, no worries.
Love
I mean,
it.
we are in the western side of the state right now. And I'm under the impression that most of the catastrophic hailstorms are in the northeastern part or kind of the Front Range. Am I correct in that?
You are correct. It would be
Well-
rare to see one out here.
Yeah.
Denver gets quite a few.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So we just won't go to Denver, Gina.
We actually park our trailer under a heavy steel cover. Most Airstream owners do.
Yeah.
So
That's good. Well,
So,
You never know.
do y'all live on that side of, where do y'all live?
Thornton,
Okay.
which is a northeast suburb of Denver. We actually live closer to Brighton.
I guess that whole corridor, what's that interstate through there?
I-25.
Yeah. Is that corridor is maybe what they're talking about can be the risk?
It's
Yeah.
the frontal range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Well, the one storm where we bought our trailer, it came through Windish, and every single trailer they had in the lot was damaged. So
Wow.
they were big hailstorms.
yeah.
it actually destroyed a mall. The mall had a lot of overhead windows and stuff, and they didn't open it again for 2 years. It was
Wow.
serious. But
Well, I mean, we were up at the mothership last fall for Alumapalooza earlier that spring, or maybe the spring before. I can't quite remember. There was a major hailstorm that came through Jackson Center and did a tremendous amount of damage all at the factory. And, brand new Airstreams got destroyed. All the customer Airstreams that were there at the service center that were outside, they got, destroyed. I mean, it was millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of damage. And anytime, you go ask at the service center, hey, I'm dropping my rig off for service. Are you going to be able to keep it inside if there's a bad storm coming? And they look at you silly like, no, it's if a storm comes, it's going to get hit just like any of our brand new ones are. It's just one of those things. I guess I got to get used to that.
Yeah. I think you just need to relax into it.
And I'll have to say that the beauty of Colorado so far from what I've seen is more than offsetting my concern about a hailstorm.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
most of us that live out here and camp out here in the Colorado Airstream Club, it's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it happens, it happens. There's not much you can do to stop it. So
Yeah.
we
Right.
just cross our fingers and
Well, where we were going with this at the beginning is that we were sent an email talking about the rally happening, and Chris responded to that email asking the questions about the hailstorm. And I said, well, you probably just pissed them off now. They're not even going
I'm
to
like,
want you out there.
well, anyway, it's things happen for a reason, and we were just meant to meet right now, and then we'll get to that maintenance rally.
you have
soon.
to see the bar stream. I mean, you just need to go there and see the bar stream.
Yes.
That sounds like it's right up our alley for sure. Yeah.
Yes. So, listener, what we're talking about is before we started the podcast today, Jim was telling us about a guy, a member of the Colorado Airstream Club, that brings an Airstream that they call the bar stream. And it's kind of like the hub at their rally. So,
Yep.
maybe all the listeners will want to come to that rally now.
Could be.
Maybe
I like it. It has a stripper pole in it too, right?
it does.
Yeah.
With a 7.5-inch high heel at the top.
Oh,
There
there
you
you go.
See, I knew I loved Colorado.
And beer kegs.
Yes. See,
Oh, I
it's
like
even
that.
better.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of propane, it's beer, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great idea, though.
Yeah.
Put your beer kegs out front like that.
Luke is
You could-
Luke is the owner who did the refurbishing and
Yeah.
set this thing up, and he's very talented when it comes to his
I love
Airstream
that.
stuff. So
We might have to get him on the podcast.
he would be a great person. Yeah, he
Yeah.
lives in,
Yeah.
he lives in
Just-
Fort Collins.
Okay.
Get him started talking, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you won't need to talk at all.
All right, Luke, we're coming
we
after
go.
you.
Okay. So what was the compelling reason why you said, I think I want to get an Airstream?
Well, I can start.
Okay.
We were on a rally at the Finger Lakes back in New York, and we had a high-low, and we couldn't use the bathroom, and so I had to take showers in, somewhat not ideal conditions.
Yeah.
You know, like one of them, the water was just brown.
Oh.
Ugh, couldn't even wash your clothes. And another one, they had to keep the door open, and so you went to the very back and kind of this partition thing, and the nozzle coming down is all corroded and rusted and stuff.
Smelly.
Ooh.
And so I said, okay, this is it. I don't want to do this anymore. I got to have a bathroom, a clean bathroom inside.
So we left the Finger Lakes. It was part of a larger 30-day caravan, and went to New Hampshire to visit Jeannie's daughter, who has a little cabin on a lake there. And we happened to see a sign for the Albany Airstream dealer, and we said, well, let's just stop and see. Oh, she had asked me, what would it take? I was a champion of the brand high-low because I started pulling them when I was 16 with my parents.
Oh,
So I had over 50 years of high-low experience at that point, and admired the whole concept of a telescoping trailer. But Jeannie out of the blue said, so what would it take to get you out of your high-low? And she didn't even I don't even think the W came out of her mouth, and I said Airstream. So we saw a sign for the Albany Airstream dealer, and we stopped and we looked around just to see what there was, and kind of decided that we liked a 27-foot front bedroom. And we were headed west again, and we were going to stop in Denver. We were living in Idaho, and we were going to stop and see her son in Boulder. And I'm going through the phone looking at the local Airstream dealer, and that's when I found out that they had a hail sale.
Oh.
So we went there and we checked them out. And Jeannie is a CPA, and she has well trained me not to impulse buy. So we saw this one, and it had the minimal damage, and it was a great salesman. And at any rate, she said, "So what do you think?" And I said dutifully, "Well, I think we should sleep on it."
Oh.
And Jeannie said, "No, let's just buy it." I about had a heart attack right then. This is not something that CPAs do.
Yeah.
So we were in signing the paperwork, and then we actually moved everything from one trailer to the other right there.
Oh,
They-
so you
Very
did a
nice.
trade-in right
we
then.
did. They didn't give us much for the high
Yeah.
low, but and I was surprised how much stuff that we had in that high-low that we had accumulated that we just did not need.
Yeah.
So
Really?
it was a great opportunity to clean
Purge.
house.
Yeah.
The great word.
Purge.
And how long ago was this?
This was in 2018. I'm sorry, 2017. It was the year after the big hailstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year later, we were there, and I was arranging to have a hitch receiver put into the back of this trailer.
Because there wasn't very much storage.
Well, we were wanted to
Underneath.
carry bicycles and stuff,
Yeah.
But so I got that all arranged, and I stepped out, and Jeanie said, "Come and look at this trailer." So we went into a 26U, and she was saying, "Oh, look at how big the bathroom is," and I really like this little alcove, where the seating is. And next thing you know, the guy that sold us the 27-footer was walking by, and he says, "Hi, folks, how are you doing? Long time no see." And hour later, we were signing the paperwork, and Jeanie was literally sitting there on the bench with her head in her hands saying, "I can't believe I did this again. I can't believe it."
Not a thing I normally do.
But and then the third one, we had that one for a couple of years, but it didn't work out very well for grandchildren.
Oh.
To make up that extra bed, you literally had to take the table down, and there was no place to sit for eating. So we, at that point, had decided that the layout we really liked was a 28-footer. We were in Idaho at our favorite dealership, and they had a neat program up there where you can give all the data you have on your trailer, and then give them all the data you're looking for. And we went through that process, and he says, "We have one on the lot."
Yeah.
And they had a 28-footer secondhand that they had bought from a COVID victim's estate.
Oh.
And so Jeanie was in heaven because she could actually negotiate the price. And we worked back and forth for 2 days before she was satisfied, and we got the price that we wanted. And, and this is our keeper.
That's good.
Yeah.
Made up for that other switch on the 26U that didn't last
Yeah.
very long. The
Yeah.
discount.
Okay, so
That model-
what year is this, the model?
2019.
2019.
We
Okay.
got 17, 18, 19.
International.
One
Yeah.
right after the next. How about that?
Yeah,
Now, is that your current one?
it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's our forever trailer. We're not going to go.
Don't go to another Airstream dealer.
No. Well, I have. We went in Region 3 rally and saw the
Stetson.
Oh,
Stetson one.
And she got that look in her eye,
Oh boy.
Well, I love the sink.
the copper.
You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
that copper. And but
And the woman actually wrote up a price for us and all that stuff. And we said, "Well, we'll think about it. We'll sleep on it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
And then we decided we liked our trailer so much. But the only thing that Stetson had other than fancy style that ours didn't have was a solar system. And we found out that we could have a solar system installed for a whole lot less than the trade-in value.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
we
right.
went that route instead.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know.
So with this,
Now go ahead.
So with this 2019 now international, it sleeps the grandkids, I guess, right?
You can, yeah.
And then, have you modified it in any way?
We've done a lot of little hacks to it, yeah. And
Okay. Hacks, I like
that's
that.
what I call it. And,
Okay.
little things that most people can do themselves, but nothing major or structural. It's little things and
Yeah. Like to help with the functionality of it or the decor or something like that.
we not so much the decor, but the functionality, I would say.
Okay.
And I discovered this little ferrite stainless, which will hold a magnet. So
Oh.
that's been very handy because I put several little stainless plates in the ceiling using double back tape, and then I put Home Depot magnets on them with hooks.
Oh.
And you can hang a tent fan or a tent light. So if you're dry camping and you don't want to use your battery power, you can just do this. We have one over the table, one over the couch, one over the bed.
That is cool.
Why have you not ever thought of that, Chris?
Gina, listen, I have certain aspects that I'm good at, and then others that I'm not. Okay,
And then we also have.
I'll let you decide which ones they are.
Okay, yeah.
I use the same material. I cut it into a strip, and we actually have a little in our model. We have a spice rack that's built into the wall over the
Right. Yeah. I like those. Those are cool.
So I cut a
They
strip.
kept falling
and
out.
I put it on each of the two shelves, and then I took some of that rubberized magnet material that teachers use to make. You just cut out the shape, and I put those on the bottom of our spice bottles, and those things are stuck. I mean, in the 3 years we've had those things on, there's not been a spice bottle that has come free.
That is cool.
and stuff like that. That
Well, and he also has trouble with the lighting. It's kind of bright
Yeah.
in the normal lighting. So tell the story about the.
we have a friend in our Airstream Club, Vaughn. He has done a lot of little mods to his too, but he's now in the Utah Club. But one of the things that he came up with was these puck lights are very bright, kind of a bluish white.
It's like a operating room, I think.
Exactly. So he did some research. He was an R&D guy for Hewlett Packard, and he did some research and found this material that they used to use and still apparently use in movies for the lights that they put, the stage lights, and they come in different shades, warming shades, and each actor can pick their own, what they think is most becoming to them. If they've got a lot of freckles, and they can put a color up that will filter those out.
Right.
And at any rate, he came up with this one, and I forget, it's Betty Grable or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. So I bought a sheet of that, and I used her scrapbooking stuff to cut little 1.5-inch diameter discs.
Yeah.
And you can just pop the front off, and I put those above the glass, so it really warms the light up a lot.
Yeah.
We did that with our little reading spotlights that are over your heads right there. We got 2 there and 2 back in the bedroom, and we put some of that film on them, and I guess I just didn't get good quality enough of them because even though those are LED lights, they still produced a little bit of heat that caused that film to.
Well, it takes some time. You have to leave the light on for a while.
Yeah,
for it to,
it eventually started degrading it, and I'd have to replace it with another one. But it was.
I will get your best address. I still have some of that sheet left, and I can just cut more of them.
Yeah. It's when you get all the lights on in this camper that came stock from Airstream, it literally. You got to wear sunglasses. It's so
glows,
bright. Yeah, we're not fans of that either.
Yeah.
Well, I actually replaced the 3 that are over our dinette with Airstream spotlights like these. I actually ordered them from the factory because I don't like glaring overhead light. I'd rather have focus light. But what I've also done with these is replace the little toggle switch with a rheostat so you can vary the brightness.
Oh, how about that?
And we have those over.
See, why you keep looking at me like that, Gina? I mean, come on! I just now met the man, and I'll absorb his knowledge.
But at any rate, we have them over. We have them here over our couch, and we also have them over the bed.
Yeah.
Which really helps.
Yeah.
Because if I want to read a book, then I just turn it down enough so I can see and it doesn't bother him.
So that's what I mean by hacks. We just
Well,
done a lot
that's
of
a
little
hack.
things like that, and
Well, that's why we put the little colors in ours, and I don't know what color they are, blue or purple or something. I don't know.
It was a light purple.
That's not the color they come out,
Yeah.
when you turn them on, but it muffles that bright.
ours are
Because
kind
it
of
was too bright to sit there and read. You're right.
ours are kind of a light rose colored. So
What is this one right here? I can't.
It's like a rose or
Is
like
it?
a very.
We did one side of this light over. This was where our dinette was.
yeah.
And we did one side over it just so it wouldn't be so bright.
Yeah.
But-
A more recent one that I did was we camp in some weird places out here where you can't get good radio, and so I had a little satellite radio from years past that I used to keep in my shop for listening to baseball games and stuff. So I brought it into the trailer and I mounted it, and of course it needs an outside antenna, and I didn't really want to put a hole in the bulkhead for that, so I ran the wire up, and above our ceiling fan, I put a little aluminum bracket over the motor, and I put that antenna right on top of that. So radio waves, plastic is invisible to radio waves. So
yeah.
That's cool.
it's worked out really
That's
well too.
interesting.
That is all good stuff. I mean, that's why it's your forever trailer because you're making it like unique to you, what you want, and
He also did the. He doesn't like those directionals
Fan outlets.
for the air conditioning. So he, where'd you find a source for that wasn't as expensive?
Most of them are aircrafters.
Yeah.
But then I found the 2 most recent ones that Airstream has come up with through the Airstream store, and they cost like a sixth of the price.
Right.
And I actually like them better.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a wish list item for us that we're probably going to do sooner than later. We just haven't done it.
We went to an Airstream dealership to buy them, and they did not have them in stock.
Yeah,
So
the place we bought ours from, they didn't have them in stock, which I was surprised to to hear. But
So we'll find them.
Airstream store online.
yeah,
But you know, the thing is about these little improvements is to me, it's all part of the fun. It's part of the
Yes.
hobby of traveling. I like
Yes.
to see things in the trailer, and I sit there and I think, well, maybe that would work. So then
Yep.
I'll go down to my shop and I'll do it.
Yeah, that works.
we just talked to some folks the other night and recorded with them, and they're new Airstreamers. They're less than 2 years in, year and a half in, and he actually described it. He's like, it's just a whole bunch of big, cool adult toys.
Yeah.
He's like, I love playing with my toys. He's like, they're one full season moving into the next season this year, and he said, I had to get a new Stinky Slinky hose this season. He's like, I wasn't going to use last year's Stinky Slinky, so I got a whole new one with these new cool attachments and blah, blah, blah. And he was so excited.
Yeah. I love the energy they have.
I just say it's all part of the adventure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, even if something goes wrong, I don't, you know, all the years I spent in the Navy, we had casualties, and you just take it in stride and
Right.
you fix it and you make it work. And to me, that's all part of the adventure.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
I like that.
And we will be right back.
Hey Airstreamers, Kevin and Deborah here from No Locks, and we're here with an important public service announcement. Don't be a slammer. Your Airstream door should close easily, no slamming required. And if it doesn't, it's time for a little No Locks love. We offer professional door service across the country. Check our schedule at nolocks.shop to see where we'll be next. And if you prefer to DIY, our Striker Bolt, teamed with our premium lubricant, makes your door close smoother. We've also got pain pins for those sticky windows, our door kit to keep you from getting locked out, and our step brace to steady those bouncy steps. You'll find these and so many more Airstream parts and products at nolocks.shop. Your one-stop shop for smooth rolling down the road. No Locks, keeping your Airstream doors happy, smooth, and slam-free.
And listener, when you reach out to Kevin and Deborah with No Locks, be sure to let them know that the Riveted with Chris and Gina sent you.
And now back to the fun. Well, you know, given the fact that you live in this beautiful state, you know, to ask the question, what are some of your most epic places you've gone in your Airstream? That's probably a pretty mild question for you. I mean, a lot of folks strive to just come out here one time over the course of a summer vacation. So, like, what's your go-to place? Like, from you want to go out for a week or whatever, where do you go? What do you do?
Well, you can't beat Ouray. You know, if you go up in the mountains with one of the Jeep rides, the mountains are just spectacular.
Yeah.
You know, Mount Snuffles
Yeah.
is right there. And then I was here and it snowed on Sunday, and then I went on the Jeep ride on Monday. And it was in September when the aspen had just turned.
Oh, boy.
So you had snow and the yellow aspens. And
Wow.
I just took a bunch of pictures, and then I started painting in acrylic. So I have been painting, you know, some of those scenes. You just can't beat it.
Take those visuals with you back home and paint. That's neat.
Right.
And by the way, if you ever forget how to pronounce Ouray, just say hip hip hooray. That's it.
Hooray.
Hooray. There you go.
Hooray. I
That's
like that.
And,
Yeah.
It's a cool town. I mean, we haven't spent much time in it yet. We drove through it when we came up here to Ridgeway, and
We went to a little bakery or coffee shop there.
yeah. So
And then where did we drive up the other day? The amphitheater.
we
trail.
just goofed, you know, kind of explored a little bit and went up to the amphitheater campground, and then drove down and found the Box Canyon. We're gonna go back to it, but we just saw where it was, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the $1 Million Highway drive over to get here was epic. I mean, beautiful day, and I could only imagine like just hitching up and wanting to go for a long weekend anywhere in this state.
yeah, that's the only place where I've seen a motorcyclist, and I'm talking about leather gang, vest and big hog. And
Yeah.
we were behind him, and this guy was actually cruising up there about 10 miles per hour. He couldn't keep his eye off the scenery.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to 2 guys yesterday who were going to do the same thing. They didn't have hogs, but they were concerned about. They said, I don't know if we should go 10 miles per hour. Somebody might pass us. And I said, no, not on that road.
Yeah.
Nobody would dare pass you.
Yeah.
No.
But back to your question about gorgeous place to camps. I probably shouldn't say any of this because I don't want to see them crowded.
I know.
But Mueller State Park is a great place
Okay.
too. And I also like Cheyenne Mountain. It's by Fort Collins. And I always
you
feel
mean Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel comfortable at Cheyenne Mountain because you're literally right underneath the antennas of NORAD.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But there's a beautiful view of the plains and all that stuff. And I always think, well, if they decide to start launching bombs, I won't even see the flash if I'm camped there.
Right.
It's the perfect place. But,
Yeah.
And I'll just mention one other place, and this one I'm really taking a risk because it's probably one of my favorite places on the country. It's in the Northwest in Idaho, and it's at Stanley Lake
Okay.
State Park.
Okay. I was going to ask you, these are state parks or boondocking places or what? More state parks?
Those are state parks, but in Idaho, most of them are boondocking.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, because
Yeah.
there's no electricity or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Idaho is really good for that. They've got the Snake River and the Salmon River. The Salmon River in particular has a lot of sportsman's accesses that you can go right to the river.
Oh, wow. That's good.
that's cool.
But another good thing about Colorado is there was so much mining here in the 1800s. So you could go to Cripple Creek, and there's no more mining going on there, I don't think. But they have tours of the mines and stuff, and it's just very unique. And one of my favorite places to go is Salida. In my auditing days, I used to go down there and audit the hospital, and I just fell in love with it. Now they have a whole bunch of artists that have moved into Salida, and so there's a whole bunch of art and that. Plus, they have the Arkansas River that runs right through the town, and they have different river rafting.
Oh, yeah.
And
like white
white water.
rafting? Okay.
Right, and kayaking trials. That's where they had the trials, I think, I don't know if it's the Olympics or not, but they use that for practice.
Oh, good.
Salida's not super high elevation, though, is it? Or what's...
No, it's about 6?
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be staying there on our way back east. It's at the other end of 50,
Mm-hmm.
US 50.
Cool. We don't know which direction we're going to head from here. I mean, essentially northeast to eventually get into the Dakotas and head towards Minot. But from this, after we're done in this area, we don't know whether we're going to go due east or northeast or what we're going to do. But try to stay in Colorado for as long as we can.
Well, we talked about going to the Palisades, and y'all have been to the Palisades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's Glenwood
Yeah.
Springs, which is an old mining town, and
With
they
great
have
hot
pools, hot tubs there.
We love the hot springs.
Yeah.
It seems like they're just all over this state. I guess, I mean, you would think that it would be cold springs because the mountains have snow on them all the time. So that water's got to go through the mountain and it would be cold.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming up
Yeah.
from.
It goes down and then it comes up. But at Mueller
such a
State
smart
Park, she mentioned Cripple Creek, and
Yeah.
two of the things that you can easily access from Mueller State Park are Cripple Creek and also Victor. Victor is also an old mining town, but one of the things that's just outside of Victor is Rita.
Oh,
Rita is a troll who
Yeah.
is trying to fill the holes that were caused by all of the mining, and she's made by a local artist, and who puts together sticks and comes up with these great big trolls. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
She's gorgeous.
yeah.
There's one in Breckenridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's the same trolls that I've been talking about on the East Coast, because they're all over.
They put them in unique places, but
Yeah. I wonder if
It
it's the
could
same
be
one.
it's one guy out here.
Yeah. I think he's doing it on the East Coast as well.
Okay.
I think there's some in Florida, North Carolina, just different places there.
But they're big. These are big.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
And
they're huge.
Rita is on her knees and she's leaning forward, and you can see where she's trying to push
the
dirt back into a hole that's right in front of her.
That's great. We went to, I think it was in 2018. I think we went to a RV rally in Florida at a park that had 2 trolls in it, and one was, well, I don't even know if it was considered a troll, but the trees had fallen and it made it look like it was a man laying down on the ground. It was the coolest thing. And then one was by the river and it was a troll with its mouth open, like it was, going after you. We got some pictures of that somewhere, but the trolls that we're seeing pop up now everywhere are much bigger than these. Now these were, I don't know, bigger than our truck.
Well, they're like encouraging people to like tour around and travel and see them
find all of them. Yeah. Yeah. So I wonder if it's the same group. I'll have to look it up and see if it's the same person.
Yeah.
Well, I can suggest that in the West, you're going to find some really interesting geology. In the East, there's interesting geology too, but typically it's millions of years old.
Mm-hmm.
In the West, it's much more recent. A lot of it's based on the last ice age,
Okay.
particularly in the Pacific Northwest. Yes,
Yeah.
you've got the Grand Canyon, which is very old, but
Mm-hmm.
but in your travels, you're going to see a lot of stuff that happened because of the ice age, and some of it's fascinating. It really is.
Yeah, we see the info boards at all of these amazing, national parks are just beautiful places to go, and it says, approximately 250 million years ago this happened, or 150 million years ago this happened. It's just mind-blowing to see all that kind of stuff.
Some of this stuff you don't even have to study very much. For example, if you ever go through Salt Lake City, you can look up on the mountain side and see the beach that used to be where ancient Lake Bonneville. Same with going through Missoula area. There's several beaches that are way up high for ancient Lake Missoula.
Wow.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and if you go into Washington, you can see the Scablands,
Yeah.
which is where they. Jeanie doesn't want to travel.
I didn't want to go to the Scablands.
But this is where ancient Lake Missoula, when there was a huge continental ice dam broke in, and that water just literally deluged, flushed north of where Spokane is, dug out Lake Pend Oreille, and then went over to about where Boulder Dam, Cooley Dam is, and then it turned south to follow the Columbia River. But it picked up all that topsoil.
Oh.
And that stretch of eastern Washington, and it carried it downstream.
Oh,
and
wow.
eventually it backed up into what's now the Willamette Valley and settled and dropped all that soil.
Yeah, that's why the wine is so good there.
Wow.
They have no topsoil in that part of eastern Washington, but in the Willamette Valley, they have close to 180 feet of topsoil.
How about
Wow. Willamette Valley. See, I love their wine there. When I get a wine from that region, and I just put it up to my nose, I can smell that soil. It is just,
We like it better than
I
some
just love it.
California region wines.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess most of it's Pinot Noir, and I didn't know if I liked it because I thought that was a lighter wine, but golly.
That's good.
Well,
When it's from Willamette.
next time you come out, you should arrange your schedule so that, because in late May down in Manitou Springs, which is a really cool little town by itself, they have the Colorado Wine Festival, and they set up in the city park there, and you can taste all Colorado wines. And,
Wow.
and so that give you a chance to sample these.
Yeah,
And see,
that'd
they
be
would
great.
they would not hold a festival like that at the same time every year if there was going to be hail, right?
Oh, you got to let it go,
Yeah.
baby.
I mean-
you got to let it go.
Unless you wanted like a little bit of ice in your wine glass and just clunk.
Oh, come on now.
Well, but the majority of hail is raindrops that are just a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
So it's real rare that you get, soft
big
ball.
stuff.
It would be an
Ball
epic storm
size.
to get
Yeah.
the kind that would destroy them all.
So
Yeah,
we just
that's good.
ignore, the ones that are just cold rain coming down and turning into the little drops.
Now, having said that, just to reinforce your fear on the Airstream that we did, that was a hail sale. 3 of those dents looked like somebody taking a murder ball, and as hard as they could, smashed it
Oh,
into the
wow.
No. Wow.
Okay, don't scare me.
I know.
Wow.
We
No.
were in.
We're all in. We're here.
Yes. We were in North Carolina, coming through North Carolina, from the north coming down, and we were on Interstate 77 and in the northern part of North Carolina.
This was fairly early on when we had our Airstream, just a few years in.
And we saw this storm. We'd pulled off at a rest area, and we saw the storm south of us, and we were looking at it, and we looked at our phones, and got the gist of the weather, and it seemed like it was just going to be rain and it would be okay. And so we decided to go ahead and pull out and go instead of sitting there waiting it out. So we're going down the interstate at 65 miles an hour, whatever we're doing, and then all of a sudden it starts pouring down rain, like hard rain. And I said, Chris, I think this is getting ready to hail on us. And sure enough, we were just coming up to one of those clover leaf, where you exit off to the right and you go circle around and go underneath the bridge.
And I decided to get off just because it was raining so hard I didn't want to drive in it.
The moment he moved into that right-hand lane and started that descent down, it started hailing, and you should have seen him. He was telling that car in front, he's like, go. And the car took off, and went over to a service station. Well, we couldn't fit in the service station because we could see how full it was. He just stopped underneath the bridges. Perfect. There was two bridges, one on either side of the road, but we were able to get underneath both. So the front end of our truck got it, but we were able to save the Airstream through it.
And
it doesn't last long.
It doesn't. No. They're very quick, but it can do some damage in those.
Well, I'm afraid to let Jeannie drive across Wyoming with the Airstream. When we still had our high-low, I swear every time, coming out of Idaho, you almost have to go across Wyoming.
Yeah.
But every time she would get behind the wheel, it would be a beautiful sunny day. And within a half an hour, we were getting high winds, torrential rains, hail, what.
Everything.
So now I drive all the way across Wyoming because I want those clear skies.
That's right. Keep this.
Yep.
I just attract.
Yeah.
Well, and then the trucks, on I-80 or I-84, they don't care. They're just, going, and they would blow, the trailer a little bit like that. So
they throw up all the stuff off the road too, don't they? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to say one thing though, kind of a public service announcement for any of your listeners who are from the East. Mm-hmm. If you decide to travel west, I have been stopped by people with plates from Michigan and campgrounds and stuff, and they ask me, how do you deal with the mountains up here? I'm just slugging my way up those things, and I say, use your gears.
Yes.
I grew up in Michigan, and we only had one gear, and that was
all you needed.
Drive.
That was drive, yeah. Whereas here, you really need to use those gears going up and down if you want to save your brakes. Mm-hmm. But also keep an eye on that transmission temperature, because if you're in too low a gear going up, that temperature will rise just as much as your engine temperature. Your engine temperature will stay low, but your transmission will go high. So be smart drivers out in the West. Don't be pilgrims.
No, that is a great point to tell people, because they don't think about it, especially if they're from, flatlanders and they're not used to any kind of mountain ranges. Then they think they can drive at 65, 70 miles an hour up and down, and you can't. Yeah.
Well, and also depending on the range and what the road is like and so forth, going down a gear and slowing down is a good thing, because you're able to enjoy it more.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And
very true.
Why would anybody want to, go 5 miles over the speed limit on a mountain range? It doesn't make sense. So just
we
slow
have
down and
discovered
enjoy
a
it.
lot about our truck. It's new to us, and we've discovered a lot about it being out here, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It did such a good job coming over the $1 Million Highway.
Well, especially when you have a trailer behind you.
Yes.
Yeah, you really have to gear down with a trailer, because you don't want to use those brakes all the time.
Right.
For sure.
Especially on the $1 Million Highway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially there.
No question.
God, it's beautiful.
So what's the with your knowledge of that highway and other obvious passes and so forth in Colorado, since you live here, like, what would you rank the top three most ones you got to pay attention to, be the most focused, be aware of, don't,
I would say the big one would be Eisenhower.
Yeah.
Just because the traffic's so heavy, and it's a long pull up. It's 20, 25 miles up, and then another easily 15 miles down the other side.
Like a constant of going up.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
that's how we judge whether our new car is worth it. Is taking the trailer in the new car and going up Eisenhower. And we have a Tahoe now, and it does really well.
a 10-speed Tahoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where's Eisenhower? I don't.
That's on I-70.
Okay.
It's the highest point on I-70. And it was the last part of I-70 that was built because of the challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they get, and the other challenges up there is, especially if you're going in the winter, they get avalanches and they get also landslides and stuff. And they are building a new section now, replacing a section because they're elevating it so that landslides will go underneath it.
Oh, wow.
But, and I would say the other one, the old pass, what is it, 40? Highway 40 that was built before Eisenhower, before I-70, that could be a challenge. And of course, $1 Million Highway, but everybody goes slow on it. So, but there are no guardrails. So if you have a fear of heights, you probably don't want to go up there and sit on you don't want to go up and be sitting in the passenger side because you're going to be looking.
You can be looking straight down. Yeah.
Well, Eisenhower Tunnel. How long is it? And how many miles?
I don't know that it's much more than a couple miles, if that.
But if a truck has any explosives in it or anything, they can't go through the tunnel.
They're supposed to take the bypass.
So they have to bypass and go on. It's not 6, is it? Well, anyway, so they can't go through it. So it's kind of a really big.
Wow.
I would say one of the most challenging drives in the West, though, is going across the Bighorn Mountains in Wyoming. You've got consistent 15% grades.
Oh my gosh!
And it's a good road. It has a lot of switchbacks and stuff like that. But if it's a hot day and you might have some, your engine's not in the best of shape or something like that, you always see people overheating.
No, we haven't.
It goes from Buffalo to, and I think it comes out around Cody, Wyoming.
Wow.
I mean, it is a beautiful drive.
Yeah.
And up at you get to the top, there's a beautiful little high mountain valley and with ranches and stuff like that. But yeah, you would want to be careful.
We haven't been that one yet. But
Okay,
I mean,
you remember that
15% gets my attention.
I know, but you remember that one time we went out a different way and it was absolutely gorgeous up there. We had no idea that those kind of mountains existed in Wyoming, but you sure that's not the same one? We'll have to think about that.
But,
Well, there's another pass. You go from Teton area over into Idaho.
We've done that one.
Yes.
Chief Watauga. That one. Yeah, I can't pronounce the chief's name, but anyway, that's interesting.
Yes. That's where we discovered that our lug nuts were loose. We had lost a lug nut.
On your trailer or your truck?
On the truck.
Truck.
And that the whole tire lug nuts were loose on it. And that was scary because that's a drop off. And then there was the creek and a railroad. I think there was a railroad down there too. But
It was,
I thought, we could end up down there. Yeah.
I guess I just envision that, and maybe it's not roads that you would want to tow an Airstream on or whatnot, but like would be all kinds of little, Colorado towns, and I mean, there'd be a nice paved highway, but like, I want to go over to that town. But then in order to do that, you have to cross a mountain pass that's 2 lanes, 12% grade, switchbacks, tight turns. And maybe that's not as severe as I think it is, but
well, Chris, you bring up a really good cautionary tale too, because sometimes your GPS routes you onto roads that probably it shouldn't. For example, we got off on a logging road after we left Grangeville, Idaho. We were headed to the Clearwater River, and it took us onto this logging road that was a one-way road, no question about it. And although the road itself wasn't that challenging, it was dirt and down and all this stuff. But if we had met somebody, there would have been one of us would have had to have backed up. It was that narrow.
Yeah,
That's the way logging roads are. And there's another one that we got caught up on that we went from Klamath Falls to the coast in Oregon, and I didn't realize it at the time. The GPS just put us on there, and I realized later that we were on the death road.
Oh,
No,
that's the name of it?
No, that's what I name it because a couple of years before we were on there in the summer, but a family from San Francisco was on their way up to visit relatives in Seattle, following their GPS, and they got on this thing, and it turned bad, blizzard.
Oh boy.
And they got stuck up there, and the husband decided he was going to go for help. Never made it.
Yeah.
They finally somebody found him, and
Okay.
they later on in the spring they found he had never made it more than a mile from the car.
Oh, wow.
So there is that sort of thing that don't necessarily trust that
Yeah.
GPS in the
Oh
West.
yeah. That's
Right.
true.
Look at the map
Yeah.
and see where the map actually is taking you.
Right. That's
Well,
true.
we had another one where the GPS said the road was closed. This was in Idaho. And so it sent us on this old logging road. And we were going, up and down, and it was barely room enough for two. And then we finally got to the KOA, and the next morning, because we were late pulling in, we asked them why the road was closed, and they said, "What? The road's not closed.
wide
It
open."
never has been."
Oh no.
Wow.
So now, if we see a road closed, we have our phones, and then we check
Yeah.
right.
to make sure.
Right.
I mean, these
it's
problems were probably you could find them in the East too, but they seem to.
yeah.
We've only encountered them in the West. So
Yeah.
again, for your listeners, they, just be aware. The West is a little different.
It
It
is.
is different.
I agree.
That's sure. Yeah.
It's big. It's very
It is
big.
big. Everything's big out here.
My mom was born and raised in the East, Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida. And she came out to visit us in Idaho, and we were going to drive down to San Francisco for my daughter's graduation. And we left, and we're going across southeast Oregon. And all of a sudden, she says, "Boy, there aren't a lot of trees around here, are there?" I said, "No, Mom, this is the West."
Yeah.
20 minutes later, she said, "Well, not a lot of towns either, are there?" I said, "No, Mom, this is the West." Then she said, "Where are all the people?" 20 minutes later, I said, "This is the West."
Yeah.
And I realized that it was making her, she was anxious because she'd grown up around cities and towns and lots of trees and all that stuff. So,
And we had to go through Nevada.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much there.
And a couple of years later, Jeanie and I were driving through the Michigan Upper Peninsula, and she's of course a Western girl, so she's used to all this. And we were going down this road, and a tree lined corridor. And Jeanie said, "Boy, there aren't any good views around here, are there?"
I'll tell you, you are speaking our language. Gina and I, growing up in the Carolinas, I mean, it's beautiful and green, and it has its character, and we love it. But man, when we can get out, and it's almost like when you're heading west, there's a certain general area where all of a sudden, boom, you can now see for a very long distance.
Yes. That's
And once
the best feeling.
once we arrive at that general area, it's awesome.
we can take a deep breath, and we
Yeah.
can, we have, all these panoramic views. We have
Yeah.
a big sky, and Chris and I are just like, oh, this
Even-
feels like home.
And even if it's not the most gorgeous landscape, like you get out into West Texas, it may not be the most beautiful, but you can start seeing off in great distances, and that's what we like.
And I would say the other thing too about the West is it may look like bland landscape, but there's a story in every one of those
Yes.
views.
Oh,
and
yeah,
if you
yeah.
do a little bit of research, you can find where this trail or that trail went with pioneers, and there's all
Right.
sorts of stuff going on.
That's
Right.
true.
So as much stuff going on in the West really, well, this is a broad statement, but maybe as in the East.
Yeah.
But in the East, it's probably a little more obvious.
It's the same country, but it's such a different
I truly enjoy
experience.
going across country, and I'm like you. As soon as I get to the Missouri River around Kansas City, things open up.
Yeah.
Or going the other way, all of a sudden, traffic gets heavy, and
Yes.
I'm feeling okay. I know that I'm in the East, and then I
Yes.
start seeing the signs along I-70 that say, there'll be one sign that is a adult superstore, and then a mile down the road
Yes.
there's some church quote.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
And now you know where you are, right?
That's funny. You're exactly right.
That is. That's it.
When I was a kid, I
That's
used to.
America, boy.
Yeah, when I was a kid, about 7.
Yeah.
I still remember it. I kept seeing these signs that said "Watch for falling rock." So I asked my mom, "So who's this falling rock?" And she said, "Oh, he was an old Indian chief."
Hey, let's shift gears for a few minutes here before we wrap up, and just talk a little bit about your experience or what you're doing in the Airstream Club, because are you currently or getting ready to be the president Colorado Club? I can't
I'm
remember.
currently first vice president.
Okay.
And in December I'll take over as president.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I wasn't sure which one. So that's cool. So is the Colorado Club one that has got like a second vice and a first vice? So
It
you've
does.
been going through those
The chairs,
levels.
yeah.
That's how's that? I'm sure it's been enjoyable, rewarding.
Yeah, it's been fun. Each of us have kind of a different role, and although there is overlapping, and it's a good club. It's pretty good sized. We have about 400 active members.
Whoa.
Wow.
And about another 200 who are either retired or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That is a big club. I mean, we're our host club or main club is the Carolinas Airstream Club, and it's around not quite that size. And we thought it was a big club.
I think our former president, Jeff Cross, just moved back there, and he's now probably going to be involved in the.
Oh, very
Carolina.
cool.
He moved to North Carolina from Colorado. So.
Yeah, neat.
But we have a number of rallies each year, like most of the Airstream clubs. We kind of went for volume the last 2 years, but those of us in the leadership, we kind of discussed it. And this next year, what we're going to be doing is going for people who want to step forward to be hosts, and then we'll plan the rally that they want. We've kind of decided that, our current president, she made up a lot of rallies. They're good rallies, but then she couldn't find anybody to host them.
Yeah.
And that was frustrating. So it was really her idea then to let's find the host and then build the rally. So we've been talking about having a passion for some place where you visited that you would like to share. And if you have that passion, it will drive you to have a good rally and take on those reins. And also we've done some changes so that now we have a woman who's going to be basically dealing with all the contract work. So a potential host, all they really need to do is find a location that they're passionate about and call the campground, make sure that they can get however many spaces they want. And then the club will step in and pay for all those. We pay up front, put the
That's
deposit
cool.
down.
Yeah.
And at that point, then, as far as the details of the whole thing, the leadership kind of takes over. They do have to submit. There is one piece of paper they have to submit, and that's the rally proposal. But it's pretty straightforward. Dates, what's there to do, and that sort of thing. A name of the campground. It's all stuff that you would normally look into
Right.
anyway.
What
So
kind
do-
of? Go ahead.
Well, do you stay around Colorado or do you go other places as well?
We go other places as
Okay.
well. I'd say the majority are in Colorado, but we just before we came down here, we were up in Rangeley. One of our members was born in Meeker, Wyoming, and he was a big fan of the Rangeley Sonic Tank.
Oh
So
yeah.
he set up a rally there, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We have seats 40 inside this old water tank, and
Wow.
and the music just comes down on you from above. It's the
Yeah.
resonance in there is so great.
Yeah.
And then this fall, we're doing. Then in another couple of weeks, we're going to do what's the name of the town again in Wyoming?
Pinedale.
Pinedale. Pinedale has an annual Mountain Man Festival.
Okay.
That was one of the original rendezvous sites between the Indians and the Mountain Men back in the 1830s, 40s, 50s. And they put on quite a show. There's also a Mountain Man Museum there, so we're going to be going there. And then later in the year, Jeanie and I are hosting a rally up in the Island Park area of Idaho for the fisher people in our club. And that happens to be where Henry's Fork of the Snake River is,
Okay.
which is some of the best trout fishing in the U.S.
Oh
So-
wow.
So that's like a fly fishing kind of thing? Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
can't do
gosh,
that.
you wouldn't want to. No, you wouldn't want to bait fish up there. People would stone you.
They'd wonder what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But we're also going to Yellowstone Park
Yeah.
and then going into Island Park.
Yeah.
So,
So-
how does your club handle the winters around here? Do you stop like at a certain time and not do anything in the off season?
Right. The last rally is usually in October, and the first one is almost always in April.
Okay,
But we do have luncheons throughout every month
Yeah.
throughout the winter.
that's good.
Oh, that's nice.
good.
Just so everybody can stay in contact.
Yeah, with the international rally next year being earlier in the season,
June, I know.
yeah, then
Wait.
Then
are
we
you-
will do-
Are you committing? Do I hear you committing?
well, I mean, only if the invitation is still there, but like it makes sense. I mean, we'll just have to like try our best to route, and because we don't plan a lot, we like to wing it. But,
Yeah, I don't like
But like
to
we'll
plan.
just try. I mean, we'll do a 95% pinky swear try to get to the maintenance rally next May,
Mm-hmm.
before we head to Wyoming. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Well, if you have your video going by then, you would want to take pictures of the inside of the bar stream.
Oh yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
we'll go on location and take our stuff in there and record inside the bar stream.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So, did you join the club as soon as you got an Airstream, or was that more of a recent thing?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had belonged to the Rocky Mountain High-Low Club for years and years before that.
And still do,
And
although
still do, yeah.
there aren't any high-lows left. I think one.
So
Really?
we enjoy the club experience. It's fun to go with a group of like-minded people, and we have the campfires and all that stuff that go along with it. And it's just there's something to be said for solo camping, boondocking, and stuff like that. And getting away, and when I go on one of my drive-abouts, like when I went to the Scablands, that was just myself, and I kind of like that too. But there's also the camaraderie that comes with a group, and especially the Airstream, the Colorado group. I should say Colorado Airstream Group. Yeah, because the local dealership is Airstream of Colorado.
Oh, right.
But they're all nice people, and everybody gets along really well.
Yep.
So
and it's all of the collective passions that everybody has for an Airstream that causes you to always get along,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's just one of those. Gene and I always say that there's an energy that an Airstream has that people pick up on that just causes that camaraderie, causes that commonality. It makes for all of these amazing experiences we just talked about.
I agree, and I've thought about that, and I think sometimes it's a legacy of Wally Byam.
Oh, sure.
I mean, that's the way it started, and it's kind of carried on from there.
Yeah,
So,
and when you have a brand that's been around as long as this one, you can't help but have something like that ingrained in it.
We were just at Rangeley, and the mayor found out we were coming in. So he wanted the Airstreams to have a parade through town.
Oh, very cool.
And then, so we did that and went up to the tank, where they have the music and around. So that was pretty cool.
that was a first. That was a first.
Yeah.
And no mayor's going to ask a group of box trailer people to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we can't thank you enough for sitting and giving us a little bit of time. I mean, the hour has flown by, and I'm sure that we could talk for another hour.
Absolutely.
For sure. And just glad we got to connect, and thank you so much for giving me that confidence to not worry about the hail.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yes. That's great. Well,
the murder ball didn't turn you off.
Yeah,
huh?
no. We'll hang in there. We're good.
Yeah.
And I assume y'all are coming to the international rally.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
And next year, I've actually already made my reservation for next
Oh, great.
year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
because
good.
that just released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be carrying the flag next year, right?
Next year, I will
Yeah.
carry the flag.
How about that?
That's great.
That's awesome. That's great. Well,
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank y'all so much for sitting with us, and we'll see you down the road. Okay.
Well, thank you for letting us chat, and it's been a really fun experience. You two are
Yes.
very nice, and
Oh.
you have a gorgeous trailer.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you.
It's all Gina. I mean, it was my idea to kind of modify the furniture, but then the decor, the colors, the tweaks, everything else, it's all Gina. And she wanted it to feel like a spa.
Yeah,
And
I think you nailed it.
yeah,
Thanks.
and then it's.
But I don't see your massage table.
Oh, it's right there.
It's right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah. It kind of blends in over there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have our card with our number. If you're ever floating through Denver and you want to stop by, then we're here. We're
Yes,
there. You're
thank
welcome.
you.
Or maybe at
Yeah.
the very least we can go out to dinner.
Absolutely.
Thank you very,
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, you guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right. We'll see you.
We'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
We've come a long way, and I only say goodbye because, we never say goodbye on a caravan, but we'll be seeing you down the road.
I'd like to take a moment to tell you about Patreon and how you can help support the Riveted with Chris and Gina podcast. Patreon is a simple, interactive way to support the people who make the content you love. There's no value that can be assigned, so you can enjoy these inspiring stories of Airstream enthusiasts from all quarters of the USA. But there are associated costs with operating the website and hosting the podcast, in addition to the large amount of time it takes to curate and edit each weekly episode. For as little as $5 a month, the equivalent of a cup of coffee or a beer, you can help The Riveted with Chris and Gina become the podcast of the Airstream community. Becoming a patron also means you will get first-to-know details, free merch, invites to special Zoom-based hangouts, and more. The link to Patreon is in this episode description. Thanks in advance for your support and love. See you down the road.